Welcome back. The regular season for South Dakota High School baseball closes on Sunday, May 13th. So that means there's just enough time to get one more set of power rankings in from Jason Andera. Jandy?
Yes, one more power rankings before the postseason. Let's start with Class A. Before I even reveal my rankings, let's talk about the top three teams from last week. They all had multiple losses. Roosevelt lost to Fargo North and to Moorhead last week. O'Gorman lost to Lincoln and then Roosevelt on Monday, and Pierre went down to Sturgis and Washington. So where does that leave us in the top five? Well, it leaves us with Roosevelt staying at number one is where it leaves us. Their best player, arguably, Gus Riddell, has missed a lot of action this year so far. He is almost back. When he comes back, he makes them the best team in the state. O'Gorman had a great week beating Watertown and Yankton, despite those two setbacks. And Brandon Valley might be the hottest team in the state, moving up to number 3. They're currently on a 6-game winning streak, and get this, their starting pitcher, their ace, Dylan Kirkaby, got 4 innings of shutout, no-hit ball against Mitchell, and then earlier in the week threw a no-hitter against Rapid City Central. He could be one of the best players in the state. Their head coach, Jeremy Van Heel, says, let's get more defense and pitching like that.
I think we have a lot of good pieces to do that. The biggest thing that we kind of need to do is we got to just continue to play fundamental defense, and pitchers need to continue to throw strikes. With wood bats, that's the biggest thing. If you're making plays and throwing strikes, all the other stuff's going to come.
One more new team in the top 5, that's Sioux Falls Lincoln. They've quietly gotten out to an 8-4 start. Huge win against Brookings last week. They also knocked off top 5 O'Gorman, and then big wins against Huron and Rapid City Central. They've been good pitching up and down their pitching staff this week. A tough week for them. Harrisburg, Brandon Valley, and Yankton coming up in the next 7 days. Let's take a look at Class B now. That is really tightened up. There was a big game last week between 2 top 5 teams. Platte Geddes Dakota Christian and Winter Colomb went at it last week. Both were undefeated coming in. Jackson Kisner, he got hot. 7 strikeouts and only 1 run was scored in that game. And that 1 run belonged to PGDC WLC. There's Kinzer with a strikeout right there. And the only run came on a stolen base by Chase Dufek. Here it comes. And then he advances on 2 errors. So these 2 teams definitely need to stay in the top 5. I can't move the Honkers down too much after a loss like that. Let's take a look again at those power rankings in Class B. Del Rapids moves down to the number 4 spot. They had a split and a loss last week, but I still think they're a contender. Dakota Valley, however, remains number 1. A dominant performance on Monday night in Vermilion keeps them at number 1. Scored 12 runs in a shutout. Their pitching staff has been amazing, including Tanner Bykirk, Kyle Windeshausen, Austin Carter, and Nathan Rice. Let's hear from their coach, Rob Augustine.
Pitching defense will help us a long way. I really got 3-4 good starting pitchers going forward. My defense is solid right now. We're starting to hit the ball a little bit. Last couple games we've been hitting the ball pretty well. We still got a little things we need to work on, but other than that, we're starting to click right at the good time right now for us.
So we'll have full playoff forecasts for both classes next week. Back to you, Kelly.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much, Jandy. Next on Midco Sports tonight, Alex Heinrich joins me from Grand Forks to reveal some new track platinum marks for the week. Stay tuned.